Rhodd at the movies! Yes, that's right. It's the part of the show where the Rhod goes to the movies and comes back again to tell you all about it, whether it was hot or whether it was
complete bollocks.
What's up, Rhodders fans? This is Rhodders here, just saying, don't worry. The new Thank Rhod It's Friday podcast will be out shortly. It will be episode 14. But this is my new movie review segment I'm just trying out. Now, the film I'm going to talk to you about today is Atonement. Now, it was directed by Joe Wright. And which Joe Wright film would be complete without the wonderful Keira Knightley, fresh off the set of Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Now, the last film Joe Wright directed also starred Keira Knightley, which was the, quite good Pride and Prejudice. It made a good attempt out of a very boring novel by Jane Austen. But I digress. Let's talk about Atonement, where Keira Knightley finds herself in the main part once again. Now, let's just give you a quick overview of the storyline. It is set during the hottest summer day of 1935, and 13-year-old Bryony Tallis sees her older sister Celia, played by Keira Knightley, strip off next to her boyfriend Robbie Turner, and plunge into a fountain of the garden of their country house. Now, this is bad news for Robbie Turner, because the Tallis family don't particularly like him, because he's working class, he's quite common, and is going out with their lovely daughter Celia. So basically they sort of want an excuse to get rid of him. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what this Bryony, what impression she gets, only that it's very, very warped and ends up in a heck of a lot of trouble, and poor old Robbie Turner even ends up going to prison for something he didn't commit. So, and that basically pulls the two lovers, Celia and Robbie, apart, and if that wasn't enough to get in the way, good old World War II comes toddling around the corner. Keira and Bryony both go off to, well, not Keira and Bryony, I should say Celia and Bryony, toddle off to train as nurses, and Robbie is sent off to fight for his country. Now, that's a basic overview of the storyline. Now, let me tell you what I liked about the film before we get onto the whinges and moans. What was good about it? The acting. Acting was superb. Keira Knightley's acting was wonderful. She played sort of a similar character, a more grown-up version of the character she played in Pride and Prejudice, but this woman has a great range. She can play action heroes, like in Pirates of the Caribbean, and the more refined sort of dramas, like this, Atonement. And Robbie Turner, played by James McAvoy, I hope I've said that right, I probably haven't. He was a brilliant actor. He's according to the director Joe Wright, where I got to see an interview with him after this special preview, get me, Joe Wright said that he's a deeply emotional person, and always gives a wonderful, wonderful performance. With him, it's not about bringing emotion out, it's containing emotion, which is always very, very good. Joe Wright also said in the interview, it's very important to get to know your actors really well, make them feel special, and put the director's ego aside and make the actor feel as if they are the only person in the world that could possibly play that part. And Joe Wright works very well with Keira Knightley and everyone, in fact. He's a very good director, and only 21, so it's unusual him doing period dramas. The story was very good. It's based on the book by called Atonement, obviously, by the novel by Ian McEwan. So, if you don't like this story, write to him, Ian McEwan, P.O. Box, London, W12 6ABC. Now, the story I thought was really, really good. There were some nice little twists in there, and it just seemed to, keep drawing you in. And the camera shots, especially during the restless summer day scenes, the cameras did not keep still. They're all done with handhelds during the garden scenes to, sort of bring out the emphasis of the restlessness and how stiflingly hot the whole country house atmosphere was. And when you combine that with the buzzing of the bees and stuff, it really made it feel like a really horribly hot day. And give it that fuzzy summer quality, they even put women's stockings over the camera lenses. I think that's just ridiculous. Now, I'm afraid we're going to go on to what I didn't like about it. Well, although I'm contradicting myself, I'm going to say I didn't like some aspects of the story, because although it was nice and pacey in the opening scene, I found that after that things just slowed right down, and it got a bit boring. And luckily I had some good old licorice all sorts to keep myself occupied, otherwise I probably would have gone to sleep. If only you could fast forward the sort of middle or the end of the beginning part of the film. And what really annoyed me, a lot of the characters, especially Bryony, used to spend a lot of their time just sitting there or standing. I suppose this was meant to show shock, but they were here going doing really weird breathing. I mean, what was up with that? And the swimming cap. Why put Keira Knightley in a period white swimming cap? It made her look like a bald old man, for crying out loud. You don't want to do that to a woman like that. I mean, to be honest, why did she wear a swimming suit at all? Oi, oi. But, also, what was good and bad about this film was the Dunkirk scenes, where you had the beach of the retreating British soldiers, the absolute chaos, the soldiers fighting over food, and them sabotaging their own vehicles. This was great. It was all filmed over a period of one day and only took 3 takes. And, it was great big panoramic views over these scenes of anarchy. But Joe Wright said if he'd had another chance to do this film again, he would have done that with a much bigger budget. He really wanted his Saving Private Ryan World War II moment, but the producer said, no, I'm not giving that much money to an art film. Joe Wright obviously very upset about that, but, there's nothing he could do about it, so he stomps away, and did the best he could on the budget. But on the whole, I think he pulled this scene off very, very nicely. And, that's basically mostly what I've got to say. Now, how many stars am I going to give it? I'm going to be generous, give it about 3.5 stars out of 5. Good, interesting storyline, brilliant acting, but the pace does slow down a bit too much for me, and some bits are a bit boring. But I would definitely say, if you're not in the mood for this summer's action films such as Transformers, Robots in Disguise, go see this film. It's definitely worth a look. This is me, Rhodders, signing out for my exclusive movie review, and it's the first one. It's before all the critics, may I add. My movie review. Good night, everyone, and thanks for watching. If you want more information, go to Rhodders.com and click on Rhodders FM.